But they say he's a very particular kind of horse. He likes getting to the outside and he doesn't like any kickback. Now, it might be tricky for him today at 1,800 metres, second up from a spell. We know he can gallop like anything. Looks magnificent, but there are a couple of things you've got to consider if you like him.
Could they change their tactics and go forward, do you think? I mean, when he raced in the Fian in Moonee Valley, there were only 4 in it that day, weren't there? It was a small field.
Probably unlikely because there's enough tempo here anyway, so I think they'll just sort of take their chance and see what happens.
Okay, let's look at the 2, Buckaroo, Chris Waller, James McDonald.
Yeah, well, he'll love the testing track conditions. Originally, I felt 1,800 might be a little on the sharp side, but he's only third up, and he's going to be very strong late. It looks a good race for him.
Here's Lindemann, Chris Waller, Nash Rawiller.
I've got to say I'm starting to worry about him now with this track. He's had 4 unplaced runs on heavy. He's probably going to work a little bit early to go forward like he does. He'll travel strongly, but wonder what will happen when he comes off the bit.
Faulkner Park is trained by Annabelle and Rob Archibald. Ethan Brown.
No real wet track form. He's never been on a heavy, so we don't know, but they put blinkers on him first time. Maybe they felt that he wasn't quite concentrating 100% in the Queen Elizabeth behind Via Sistina. We saw him up here last year, Bernie. He was one of the stars of our carnival.
Bois de Jean is the gorgeous grey. Annabelle and Rob Archibald again with Josh Parr.
Well, he won the Doomben Cup last year, and he's since a Randwick winner. This is his go, rain affected, a good draw where the inside's a bonus, so there's plenty to like about the grey.
Just Folk is from the Gavin Bedgood stable with Noel Kello.
No better wet tracker in this race than this fellow. I think he ran second last year at the Sunny Coast in this race behind Numerian on a heavy 10, so look for him to be on pace and handling it.
Militarised, Chris Waller, Tommy Benny, Berry.
He's sort of a bit of a smoky, this horse. He went to start and things didn't work out, but he's off for a year.
Yeah.
But he's been coming along nicely. I don't think the expectations have been very high, but I think he'll run well today.
Elias is the aids, Waterhouse Bot, and Timmy Clark.
Has won on a heavy, this fellow. He's first up. This is a testing 1,800, but as you pointed out, he's won over 2,000, went first up before, so he gets a tick.
Kovalika is the 10, Chris Waller, Jason Collett.
Look, he hasn't won since the Queensland Derby 2 years ago. Lots and lots of good performances, but he just can't get there.
Williamsburg is the 11, Brett Kavanagh, Damien Thornton.
Getting a nose roll, and I just think this is a tested weight for age for him.
In Coda, Lee Friedman, Michael Rodd.
Yeah, they say he doesn't like the wet, although he went okay on a soft 7 last time, but this is a different ball game again. Happy to wait.
Miss Jolene, Kelly Schweeder and CJ Graham.
Everything looks good, but this is a test for 1,800 against these guys at weight for age, but she's come back in good order.
And as would it be for Artful Girl, the 14, Kevin Kemp and Jag Guthman-Chester.
She looks to be our class.
Alrighty, that is how they looked in the yard for the Group 2 Hollindale Stakes. A bit of light rain falling again, Maxie.
Not actually in the mounting yard as such, but just
100 metres away.
Yeah, at the start. You're with number 8, the first upper in Elias, who has been rock solid in the market over the last 2 days and continues to be that way. Buckaroo's been the best back runner, $4.20 down to $3.80. I'm with him there, Buckaroo, to beat number 3, Lindemann, but just going a little bit cold on him. Then number 5, Bois d'Argent the Grey, looked in fantastic order and militarised. There's been a nibble for him, 12 in 4 points to 8, so 2, 3, 5 and 7.
All right, let's head south to Tim Ryan and get a market update on the Hollindale Stakes.
Really good betting race, the Tab Hollindale Stakes. Buckaroo best backed. He was $4 this morning, got out to $4.80. He's back into $3.70. He's 40% of the total Tab hold. He's our worst way. Good move for Elias today, $6.50 into $4.80. Lindemann's unlayable, and the late money has been for Militarise. 11 out to 14. It's back into 8.
Set, gates are back and they're off and racing now. Antino slow to move. He was last away. Williamsburg left quickly with Bois de Jean and Lindemann going forward. Just Folk driving through in between runners. Elias around 5th with Faulkner Park. In Coda midfield the rail. Then Buckaroo, Miss Jolene next. Kovalika, Militarise, Artful Girl and Antino's last. Just Folk went through and took it up. 1,400 metres left to run. Just Folk a solo leader now. 3 lengths clear from Bois de Jean Jean second. A length and a half away, Lindemann in third. 2 lengths away, Faulkner Park. Fourth on the outside of Williamsburg. Another 2 lengths to Buckaroo. Midfield, the outside of Elias. So the two favourites race together. 1 3/4 away, Miss Jolene. Then in Coda, Antino's on the forward march. He's got past 3 now. Shin at the 1,000 metres mark. Militarised third to last. Then Kovalika. Artful Girls last of all. Just Folk giving a sight. 850 metres left to run. Just Folk extended the margin to 4 lengths now. Bois de Jean in second. Lindemann travels strongly third. Likewise, Faulkner Park in fourth. Then Williamsburg. Buckaroo's getting a tag into the race now. Further back in the field, Antino. Elias is losing ground. Miss Jolene's got past it. Then Kovalika militarising Coda. 3 lengths away, Artful Girl runs aplenty now. 450 metres left to run in the Hollindale. Faulkner Park quickly swept up and hit the front from Bois de Jean. Antino's onto the scene, and Shin let him go at the top of the straight. Antino dashed to the lead from Faulkner Park. Buckaroo, Kovalika's running on. Then Miss Jolene, but it's Antino in front. 200 metres left to run. He's been left in front a long way out from home, but he's clear. Kovalika, Faulkner Park try ever so hard, but Antino, what a dashing ride. Shin has stolen the Hollindale on Antino. 3 lengths, Faulkner Park second, Kovalika third, fourth either Militarise or Miss Jolene, then Bois de Jean, Artful Girls past a few, Lindemann next in, then in Coda, Williamsburg, Elias and Buckaroo, and Just Folk. What a
Yeah, what a phenomenal ride.
Yeah.
And he had faith in the horses. We've seen him before do this, Bernie. Remember, he took off in Maturag Handicap. It was a phenomenal ride, and to actually replicate that today is just nothing short of extraordinary on a very, very testing track.
They're just not tactics that you can adopt regularly, but they have picked and chosen and really, put a lot of foresight into when they deliver these types of tactics.
I mean, this is a Group 1 race. I know it's Group 2 status, but they're proper Group 1 stayers. A lot of these lining up here, and he made that long sustained run down the side of the track. You can see him continuing to gain ground, and he strikes the lead at the top of the straight. Then he did a right-hand turn to find the best ground up the running, and he's put up a huge margin. That was absolutely outstanding. 3.5 lengths was the margin. Faulkner Park has got second. Third went to Kovalika, and then Miss Jolene, and fifth went to Militarise.
Chat with winning trainer Tony Gollan. And Tony, this one you said means an awful lot to you.
Yeah, well, look, we only had 1,800 once in our life, and we put a plan in place when we got back from Hong Kong, what we were going to do with him, and it was a little bit more daring than what we've been with him previously. We planned to go to Sydney for the all-age, and nothing really worked out on that occasion for us. Then we're always going to come here, and I guess the last 3 weeks, been second-guessing, had I done the right thing, was I doing the right thing, but everything we've seen of him at home, Bailey Notiff, who rides him all his work, and myself, everything indicated that we're really on track. And I've been nervous all week about coming here to the Gold Coast. He's never been here, and I know the track has its issues with its kickback, etc. And when his horse doesn't break well, it breaks like he does, you can always be in a position where things mightn't go well for you. But I just said to Blake, just don't dare to be brave on him today and be a bit different. I've got him as good as I can have him, and for this second up run, and I'm just so looking forward to the Doomben Cup now in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I can see why. 2,000 metres was a distance early doors you thought he would get to. He just sort of had that sort of hiccup in the middle.
I just never really trained him, Bernie, to get a trip until this preparation. I'd always had him to be a miler, and I went to the 1,800 once with him. He always felt like this would suit him, and I'd put all the groundwork in him right from the minute we got back from Hong Kong, was to get him ready for the all-age, the Hollindale, into the Doomben Cup, and then maybe do we dare for a Q22, but that's after the next one. So the first preparation I ever trained him to really get out over ground, and I just felt that it'd be remiss of me if I didn't give him that opportunity, put a good grounding into him and allow him to be a stayer, because his pedigree says that this sort of trip and further will suit him. So I'm just so thrilled today. It means a lot, this win today, and particularly on ground like this.
Yeah, well, it's the trust in yourself, Tone, and you said you've had this doubting week. I mean, that's incredibly stressful in itself. He's your star horse, or one of, but probably your pin-up horse currently at the moment. So, and then to add into that the daring kind of tactics that you dare to do. I mean, they're not tactics you can adopt every race. Some races he's going to be covered up. up.
Yeah, look, I want him to be brave on him today. I mean, he's a really funny horse. He's quirky. He's got his quirks, and eating a face full of mud wouldn't be up to his liking. So he had to be brave on him today, and I'm so glad he was, because when you trust this horse, he'll give it back to you in spades. He's the best horse I've trained. I've said it for a while, and it's just so good to see him deliver today.
Very proud of you, Tone. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, let's have a chat with our winning jockey, Blake Shin, now. And if there's a jockey who can dare to be brave, it's certainly you, Blake.
Well, we had to try and come up with something to win the race, and look, I just trust the horse. Got a lot of confidence in Tony as a trainer. He told me it's the fittest he's ever been, and we just rode the horse how he likes to be ridden, let him balance up early and just keep him comfortable, especially with a lot of kickback today. And he enjoyed it. It was a great win.
Extraordinary ride. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
Blake Shin at his brilliant best, and Antino, Tony Gollan, they take out our feature race here today, the Hollindale Stakes, 1, 4, 10 and 13, 150.73. I was hoping to give you the final 600 because it was such a dashing start there from the 600, wasn't it? It will come by. Here we go, 36.68. All right, let's head to Kembla.
Welcome back to Kembla Grange, the lucky last of the afternoon.